let's say for this trick, I hand the deck over to the spectator, and they give it a little shuffle. So let's say a cut also. After that, I would have the spectator take out any 4 cards they would like. Now, if I had 4 spectators, each of them would take out 1 card and remember it by themselves. But if I had 1 spectator, they would write down their 4 cards to remember them. But since I don't have a spectator here, let's go ahead and look at these together. So in this case, we have the Jack of Spades, the 5 of Clubs, the 9 of Clubs, and the 5 of Hearts. Go ahead and remember one of those, or actually all of these for me. It doesn't matter. After this, I would take back the cards and say, okay, I'm going to place them somewhere into the deck here. And you're going to see them until the very end. So you can see all of 4 cards in here. And you can even see them in the deck as well. So now, all I'm going to do is give these a little mix up, just like this. And as you can see, all of the cards are face down. None of them are face up. But because you selected 4 cards, I'm going to give the deck 4 cuts. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And just like that, we should have your Jack of Spades. I think you had the 5 of Hearts, the 5 of Clubs, and the 9 of Clubs. There's your Jack of Spades, your 5 of Clubs, your 9 of Clubs, and your 5 of Hearts. Alright, so that is what we are going to be learning today. If you would like to learn this, be sure to stick around for the tutorial. Okay, so about a year or 2 ago, I actually uploaded a trick using this move. Now, I decided to reteach that trick, but I'm actually going to teach that in the next video. So I'm going to do something different for this video. I noticed for some of my longer videos, I get no views or I only get 1 view. So I thought I would keep this short and sweet and see how many views I can get. So I'm going to teach you the 2 sleights for this trick, and then I'm going to teach you the whole trick tomorrow, because I'm going to go in depth. So that's why I'm going to be doing it that way. Plus, if I taught it in this video, it would be like 40 minutes, 30 minutes, possibly an hour. No one's going to watch a 1-hour video. I know I wouldn't. So let's go ahead and get straight into this. So I'm going to be teaching you that move, and I'm also going to be teaching you the Hindu shuffle, which is what I used. I've been wanting to teach it for the longest time, but I never got around to it. So without further ado, enough talking, let's get into this. The first thing I'm going to teach you is the Hindu shuffle. So here's what you're going to do for the Hindu shuffle. Okay, so starting off the Hindu shuffle, you can either start in the grip, or you can go from your hand to the grip. I'm going to teach you how I do it, just so you can have it. Okay, so starting off, my index finger is going to be in the front of the deck here. My middle and ring are going to be on the side. My pinky in the back, thumb on the other side. I'm going to come over with my other hand, and the first thing I'm going to do is put my thumb on the side of the deck where my other thumb is, okay? My index finger is going to be curled. Now, it doesn't have to touch the deck, but if you would like it to, go ahead. My middle and ring finger is going to be on the other side, okay? So this is how I hold the deck. So basically, it's going to be sandwiching my other ring finger. Then my pinky is at the back. It doesn't have to touch, but it can if you want. And this is going to be the basic grip. So I come from here over to here. And all I'm doing is going back to my free hand, taking my thumb, middle, and ring. And you're going to go ahead and contact a small portion of cards. You're going to pull them forward. Now, for the deck, or the hand holding the deck, you don't want too much pressure, so make sure you don't have too much. Okay? So when you pull it forward, you're not going to have trouble. Like this, I'm going to pull it forward, and all you're going to do is open up your hand, and the cards are going to fall. And you're going to repeat that again. So I come over, grab, open up, grab, open up. And you're going to keep on doing that. That's the basic motion of a Hindu shuffle. Now there's a few things you want to add, because just like this, it's a little boring. So the first thing you can do is your hand can go back and then forward, back and forward. So what do I mean? So for the back is when you're going to grab the packet, and then forward is when you're going to drop. So we're here, we come back, we grab it, go forward, and drop, okay? And this hand is also going to mirror it. So when you come back with this hand, you're going to go forward with this hand, so like this. And then when this hand goes forward, this hand comes back. So it's just like this, and then like this. So if you actually combine these, it'll look something like this. And you can also turn this packet a few times if you want. It doesn't matter until you're done with it. Now you can either end with a small packet of cards, or you can end with one card, okay? So I'm going to go over that one more time. So like this, I grab it, come forward, drop, just like this. And you can go ahead and do this, just like this. So this is basically the Hindu shuffle. If you would like a better tutorial on it, so a more in-depth video, I guess, let me know, and I will go ahead and make that tutorial for you. But that was the Hindu shuffle. So just like this. And also, I guess I should add this real quick. For the hand that's going to be actually dropping the cards, you want your index finger in the front, pinky in the back, and your middle and ring on the side. Now, your pinky doesn't have to be in the back. I just think it's better so they don't drop like that. So if we do it like this, okay, they're not going to drop because of how my hand is. But if I have my pinky there, and then you can actually keep them straight, okay? So just something to work with. That's basically the inner workings of a Hindu shuffle. So now let's get into the actual move here that uses the Hindu shuffle. So for this one, you can really control any amount of cards you want. But in this case, I chose 4. So here's what we're gonna do. Let's go ahead and take out the 4 aces, just so we can see how this works. Now, it's up to you if you want the cards signed, and they can also be in any order as well. It doesn't matter. So, when you place them on top of the deck, or you can hold them in your hand and do it as well. I just like on top of the deck better. So I'm going to do them face up here, just so you can see how this works. You're going to put the first ace somewhere down in the bottom of the deck. Now you want to get a good estimation of how many cards you have under that ace. So when you place the next ace in, you want around this number of cards in between the 2 aces. I think it makes the move better, and it's also going to hide the secret of the move, okay? So I'm going to do it here, and I'm going to do it here. Now, of course, you might not get it right every time, and depending on how many cards you have, you might not even be able to do that. But if we look here, this is pretty much equal. Of course, one might be more than the other, but this is pretty much what you want. Now, the reason I said you want small packets is because you want a pretty big packet on the top of the deck. So, after you've done this, you're going to go into the same grip like this, which I had just went over. You're going to come over and grab the top of the deck, so your index finger is going to be applying pressure or just holding the top of the cards, and your fingers can be on the sides as well. We want most of them on the cards. Gonna come over, release some pressure from this deckhand. Gonna notice some of the cards are gonna go forward. This is going to hide the secret. So when you're gonna pull these cards out, you're gonna be able to pull all of these out, plus that top packet there, which conceals the fact that you pulled the aces out, and then you can shuffle these. I'm going to go over that again. I'm going to go ahead and place this in. I'm going to go ahead and place this one in, this in, and this in. So you can show that they're in different parts of the deck. When you square up, you're going to go ahead and squeeze the top of the cards. Your index finger is there. You're going to lower your hand, and you see if you have enough pressure with the hand squeezing, these cards are going to come forward, okay? Covering up these cards. And then, here's the exposed view. You're going to be able to pull them out along with this packet of cards. Some of them will be down like this, to conceal the fact that you pulled out these cards right here. And then you can shuffle them. So I'm going to do that one time in, I guess, real time, just so you can see how it looks. And then we will move on. So right here, I'll go ahead and pull these out, and then I can shuffle. And it doesn't matter if you throw the packet on top or get to the last card. Your 4 cards are now on the bottom. So this is why I say play around with it and see how many cards you want, so you know how small of packets you want. But that was basically the move. Moving your 4 cards to the bottom. So now you can do any trick you want with 4 cards on the bottom. But here is what I did to get them to the top. After I done that move, I spread through the deck and I show them and explain. So you can see all of the cards are face down, so none of the cards are face up. And while explaining something like that, you're going to spread to the bottom. You're going to eyeball the 4 cards and then that 5th card. This 5th card you're going to want to pay attention to. So this one right here. The first thing you want is you're going to put your fingers on this card, okay? And after you've done that, you're going to go ahead and square up the deck, but you're going to be able to lift up on that 5th card. So you can put your pinky right under it. And just like this, you have a pinky break underneath the 5 cards. I'll go over that again. So you spread through, you show they're all different. You get down to the bottom 5, okay? You're going to lift up under, okay, or not under, just lift up on that 5th card. You can square up and at the same time put your pinky under, and now you have a break. So after this, you're going to control these 4 cards to the top. Any method you feel comfortable with, go ahead. But here's what I did. You're going to transfer it over to a thumb break, because you want to keep track of these 4 cards here, or whatever number you have. So I'm going to come over, put my index finger curled on top, middle ring pinky, thumb in the back, and my thumb is actually going to hold the card separate from the deck, so a thumb break. So if you release some pressure, those cards are going to fall. And now, you're going to want to extend your index finger out and contact about half the deck. You're going to do something called a swing cut. Now, I have a whole video on the swing cut, so I will put that in the description down below, in case you want to check that out. And here's essentially what you're going to do. Make sure you don't flash the bottom. That's the worst thing. Throughout this whole shuffle, make sure you don't flash the bottom. Going to put your index finger about half. I'm going to push down or towards my thumb and up, just like this. Now, with it like this, if you go ahead and you move your index finger while keeping pressure and down one way, you're going to run into your middle finger. If you do it the other way, you can go as far as your finger can stretch, you're going to go that way. You're going to put it in the fleshy part or this part of your thumb, okay? The top left corner. And now these cards, you're going to come over and one of two things. You can either drop them and then put your pinky in, or what you can do is you can just come over and then put your pinky in and let go with your thumb, okay? So you have your pinky break. I'm going to come over and I'm going to line up the two packets, and my pinky finger is going to go in right there, and I'm going to be able to let go with my thumb. So now I have a pinky break right above the 4 cards. I'll do that one more time. So you have your break above the 4 cards. I just did a pinky count there. I'm not going to get into that in this video, but if you would like to learn the pinky count, I will leave my video down below. But you're going to swing cut, you're going to go ahead, line up both packets. You can either drop it with your thumb and then put your pinky in, or what you can do is you can come over, line up both packets, and then put your pinky in. Either way you would like, you now have 4 cards on top. And now, because I had 4 cards, I did 4 table cuts. But of course, you can do the double undercut. You can do a pass. I don't have any videos on a pass, but I do have a video on the double undercut. So I will link that down below as well. Here's all I did. You don't have to curl your index finger under the deck, but that's what I do at times. I'm going to come over, and since we're going to do 4 cuts, above the break, make sure you don't flash it. You're going to grab about a small quarter of the deck. You're going to put that down. And then you're going to grab about half, put that down. You're going to grab the rest above the break and put those down. And because you have your 4 cards here, you're then going to put those on top. And that is going to cut them to the top. One more time, I'm going to go over that. So you have your break, and you're going to go ahead and cut a small packet down. If you want to cut another small packet, go ahead if you feel like it, cut another packet, and then you can cut at the break. And then if you want to, for a false cut, you can repeat the action by swing cutting, keeping your break, and then you can cut again just like this, and you can keep going. So let me show you what that might look like in real time. If you want to do those series of false cuts, make sure that you have a small packet. Okay, so on top you're going to have a super big packet. Or actually, no, I think it's reversed actually. A small yeah, it is. A small packet on top and a bigger packet on the bottom. My bad. And then you can cut, cut, cut. And then I might swing cut a small packet, keep a break, cut, 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 then swing cut again, and you can keep doing that. Play around with it. But there you go. You have your 4 cards on top, just like that. So let me go over this in real time, just so you see what this looks like, and then that's going to do it for the video, because we're almost at 20 minutes here. So we're going to take each of your 4 cards, we're going to put them somewhere into the deck, think right here, okay? And let's say we go ahead and we give these a little mix up, real messy like this. Now, as you can see, none of the cards are actually face up, but because you had 4 selections, I'm going to give these 4 cuts, and just like that, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. And if you want to, you could do a production for each of the aces, but there you go. That is basically a nice way, in the context of mixing up a deck, that you can control 4 cards to the top or to the bottom. So, I hope you really enjoyed that. Make sure you stick around for tomorrow's video, where I'm going to show you a really nice trick combining both of those moves together. one of my favorites, one I usually do when I have more than one spectator. I did upload it a year or two ago, but bad quality. So I thought I would go ahead and re-upload it. I might go through and start uploading some old videos that have bad quality, bad camera angles as well. So if there's any videos of mine that you want me to go ahead and upload, let me know down in the comments and put the link of the video just so I can click it and I will know what trick it is. So I hope you liked it. If you're new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you I hope tomorrow, if not another day, with the trick. Bye.